We all know games make bad films. I mean, there are a few exceptions to the rule, of course, like what was that one with thingy? What was? Oh, I'm sure there was one. Alright, so maybe films made from games have the same quantity to quality ratio as rabbit shit, but if you approach it from the other way, it's often a different story. Not always, but often. That being the case, here are the best games based on movie properties that you can get your mitts on. The Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. World famous slaphead Vin Diesel might be more well known now for playing family obsessed street racer turned thief turned internationally agent Dom Toretto, but he first shot to fame in a lesser known film called Triple X. No wait, Triple X was shit.
I live for this shit.
He was actually thrust to the forefront of the muscly bold action man crowd during 2000's sci-fi thriller Pitch Black, in which his character, convicted serial killer Richard B. Riddick, stole the show. Riddick was an immediate hit, his mysterious past, indomitable will and super cool eyeshine marking him out as the fucking balls. The Pitch Black video game prequel Escape from Butcher Bay expanded on the universe and character, and presented, at the time, cutting-edge light-based stealth gameplay and brutal action. Mad Max. When you think about it, Antipodean road warrior Mad Max should be the ideal choice for a video game protagonist. He drives well, he shoots better, he mumbles everything in a monosyllabic drawl, and comes with his own open world environment to tear apart in his quest for bloody vengeance. Ignoring the overrated Fury Road, come at me if you like, but it really isn't that great. The best property to come from Mel Gibson's original post-apocalyptic badass is Avalanche's 2015 open world action game. It captured everything it needs to capture to feel like a Mad Max game, and delivered a solid adventure to boot. Jurassic World Evolution. There have been a few Jurassic Park games over the years, with one of my favourites being the official movie time that saw us control a mini Sam Neill through various environments and gunning down hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of genetically engineered dinosaur. But while that had its moments, the best Jurassic Park tie-in is actually Jurassic World Evolution, a game that launched in 2018 and allowed us to live out the ultimate JP fantasy, building dinosaurs and then letting them loose on the terrified crowds like that scene in the Chris Pratt movie. You can even stage dinosaur death matches if you're that way inclined, you sick bastard. The Blair Witch. Are you old enough to remember when the Blair Witch Project was first released? I am. It was hailed as the most terrifying film ever. There was footage of people passing out in the cinema and being stretchered out for counselling. They said it was utterly horrifying and chilling. And then I watched it and, well, it was pretty shit. I mean, it was made in a shoestring and it's kickstarted a genre, but honestly, it's neither overly scary nor particularly well acted. The game, released only a few months ago in 2019, is apparently much more frightening and has garnered significant praise. Also, there's no chance of the scary movie team getting hold of it and making another fucking parody. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Star Wars is one of those properties that's oddly ripe for adaptation onto pretty much any other medium. From comics to games to merchandise to music and toys and god-awful Christmas specials, and I could list any number of awesome video games based on Star Wars. Titles like TIE Fighter, Battlefront, the original, Rebel Assault and Jedi Academy. They spring to mind. Hell, even The Force Unleashed is up there. But my personal favourite, and feel free to disagree with this one, is Knights of the Old Republic. The game that cemented BioWare's already impressive reputation as the company to be reckoned with when it came to RPGs. I mean, fair enough, they've fallen from grace since, but at the time and for years after, KOTOR was the pinnacle of Star Wars video games, an action RPG that paved the way for countless titles, not just from BioWare, but many others. KOTOR is still regarded as one of the best RPGs ever made. Alien Isolation. I love the Alien films. Well, most of them. Well, some of them. Well, 2 of them, so half. That's not bad, unless you count the umpteen spin-offs and crossovers and prequels that have ultimately led to the franchise eating itself like a grotesquely sexualised Ouroboros snake. Weird then, that by and large there aren't many games to come from the property that are worth bothering with. Aliens Colonial Marines stood as yet more proof that Gearbox has one good series to its name, while Acclaim's Alien 3 game featured a bold Ripley slaying aliens while rescuing prisoners was decent enough for its time. Also, special mention should go to the official Aliens game on the Spectrum that was just exceptional. But if there's one that truly takes the prize here, it's Creative Assembly's 2014 survival horror Alien Isolation, a game too terrifying for my pansy ass to even get through. A tense, claustrophobic crawl through the darkness punctuated by invasive tentacle-mouthed death and lots of screaming. Capturing the spirit of the films almost perfectly, Alien Isolation is probably one of the very best examples of a studio treating a property with respect and reverence to create something that feels truly a part of the Source universe. Enter the Matrix. How there are not 50 fucking Matrix games, I do not know. It's a film universe literally built on video game concepts, where you can plug into a machine and enter a fully realised, hyper-real virtual world, download kung goddamn fu in a matter of seconds, dodge bullets, walk on walls, and ultimately fly like Superman in a trench coat. Forget Assassin's Creed, The Matrix did that shit first and by all accounts did it better, but forget pretenders like The Path of Neo and go back to 2003's Enter the Matrix, a companion story that cast you as Jada Pinkett Smith's Niobe in a story that ran parallel to Keanu's hyper-stylised shenanigans in the second film. Featuring physics never seen before in an action game, Enter the Matrix might have aged like cream cheese and a leather jockstrap, but at the time it was the best thing you'd ever damn well played. 007 GoldenEye. Oft imitated but rarely bettered, the N64's most famous game, arguably I'll add to avoid the rush of Mario fanboys, put first-person shooters on the map in a way that even Doom and Wolfenstein hadn't quite managed. The introduction of deathmatch multiplayer was probably its most notable achievement aside from being so effortlessly playable. Rare's licensed shooter was 50% of my teen years, while Final Fantasy VII was the other half. It was a milestone in gaming and remains one of the most influential games ever. John Wick Hex. With Keanu Reeves being the hottest thing since nitroglycerin right now, it's not surprising we've got a game based on one of his movies. John Wick Hex is a top-down tactical shooter that forces you to think like the titular anti-hero as you embark on a quest for vengeance against the scum who stole your car and shot your puppy. While it lacks some of the immediacy of John Wick's more brutal moments, Hex focuses instead on making you plan, act and react like Reeves' hitman on a murderous comeback tour. If you haven't yet, check it out. So there you go. Agree, disagree, don't give two shits. Either way, feel free to let us know your favourite games based on movies, as we've omitted more than we've listed here. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. If you didn't, give it a dislike, as that lets us know we need to do better. I've been Mick Fraser for God's a Geek, and you guys have been lovely. Bye.